So today what we're going to do is check out some Dumble tones from the Fractal FM3 and compare them to the Quad Cortex. If you've not seen these videos before, I'm a longtime Quad Cortex owner. I know that device pretty well, but I'm new to the Fractal world. I've had this FM3 Mark II on loan to me from a friend of mine for a few weeks, and I found these videos helpful just to kind of get to know the Fractal device and compare it to what I know about the Quad Cortex. So like I said, today we're going to look at some Dumble tones. And why don't we start out by going through the presets I've set up on each device so we can see how they're structured. So for the FM3 preset, what I've got here is I've got 8 scenes in total. Across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got differing levels of gain. So I've got a clean, I've got an edge of breakup, I've got a crunch, and I've got a lead. And then scenes 5 through 8 is those same things, but with a boost in front of it. So for the clean tone, I'm boosting it with a compressor. For the edge of breakup and crunch, I'm boosting it with a drive pedal. And for the lead, I'm also boosting it with a compressor. For the amps, for the clean, I'm using the ODS 100 clean. For edge of breakup, I'm using the ODS 100 forward, gain at about 5. For the crunch, I'm using the same amp, but I'm pumping the gain up. And then for the lead, I'm using the ODS 100 HRM. On the back end for ambience, we've got a dual delay running, kind of a Andy Timmons kind of thing. So 380, 500 milliseconds into a medium hall reverb. And for the cabinets, I'm using 2x12 two-stone. I'm assuming these are 2-rock, one with a 57, one with a 421. So let's jump over to the Quad Cortex and check out that preset. So for the Quad Cortex, we're going to need to cheat a little bit. There's no true Dumble model available on the device. There's some amps that might get close. Maybe you could use a Lone Star to try to get there. Maybe you could use a Fender Bassman. But let's go ahead and try to use captures from the Quad Cortex. I think it'll be an interesting comparison. Now, I know there's a few kind of true Dumble captures available on the Cortex Cloud, but frankly, it can be a little bit hard to kind of poke around and find captures that are good and sound the way you want them to. So for ease here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the capture packs that I bought from Amalgam of a 2-rock OD50. And so this is basically 2-rock's version of the Overdrive Special. So I think it's a fair comparison, and we're going to go with that. So let's look at the presets on the Quad Cortex. So like on the Fractal, we've got 8 scenes. Along the bottom, you've got the core, clean, edge, crunch, and lead. And then I'm kicking the clean with the compressor and the lead as well. And then I've got a boost in front of the edge and the crunch. For the boost, I'm actually using the Romero Ray on the Quad Cortex. And you can see we've got 4 captures here for the 4 levels of distortion. I've got a impulse response. I've got a Fender 2x12, one with G12s and one with EVs. And then we've got our dual delay and reverb, just like on the Fractal. Okay, so let's check out the clean tone here on the FM3. So for guitar today, I'm using my Paul Reed Smith SC Pulse guitar. I've got the neck pickup in single coil mode and the bridge pickup in humbucker mode. Right now I'm on the neck pickup. It's a really nice pure clean. We hit it with the compressor. Just adds a little bit of kind of sustain to it. I like it. So let's check out the clean tone on the Quad Cortex. One thing I'll say is the 2-rock OD50 captures from Amalgam, I find the clean captures to have too much drive to them. If you push them really at all, even with single coil pickups, you'll get into breakup. And so what I've done to counteract that is I'm dropping the input gain by 10 dB going into the capture. And then to balance the volume out, I'm pumping up the output volume by 8 dB. And by dropping the input levels, that's keeping the capture from overdriving too much. So let's hear what that sounds like. And then if we hit that with a compressor, so a nice sustainy, clean lead tone. I like it. So let's check out the edge breakup tones on the Fractal. And if we hit it with a drive pedal, which in this case is an OD50, drive is set pretty low. So a nice bluesy tone there. Let's try it with a bridge pickup. And we'll try the edge of breakup on the Quad Cortex. We boost it. Try it with a bridge pickup. All right, let's check out the crunch tone on the Fractal. Again, we're just pushing the overdrive on the amp a little more on this. And let's hit it with the drive. And we'll try the crunch tone on the Quad Cortex. Let's try the boost. So let's check out the lead on the Fractal. And I've put my neck pickup into humbucker mode so you can check that out as well. Here's the neck pickup. Let's kick it with the compressor on the front, still on the neck pickup. Go to bridge. And let's try the lead on the Quad Cortex. Let's try the neck pickup in humbucking mode. let's hit it with the compressor. So I think as expected, they both sound really good. You can get great tones from both these devices. So I don't think it's a matter of one can do it and one can't. Obviously, this is not an apple-to-apple comparison. You're comparing amp models from the Fractal with captures from the Quad Cortex. It's not the exact same amp. It's going to sound different. But I think they both sound good, and they both kind of get that nice Dumble tone, both in the cleans and the drive sounds. So I found this very interesting to compare the models, the captures, and hear both devices. I hope it was interesting to you as well. And as always, thanks for watching.